Hey, I'm Aaron from GameEnthus.com, and this time we're talking about Mojo. Mojo is a hand management game designed by Antoni Guillen, sorry if I'm mispronouncing her name, with art from Christine Alcouffe. Playable for 2 to 8 players, and published by 25th Century Games in the US. Let's find out what it's about. Okay, this is a 3-player setup for Mojo. Mojo plays, looks at box, 3 to 8 players. In Mojo, players are trying to score the least number of points. Once someone hits 50, that triggers the end of the game. Whoever has the lowest score wins the game. The thing about Mojo is the higher the card value, the higher the quantity. So there's going to be more 11s than there are 9s. There's going to be more 7s than there are 3s, and so on and so forth. And there are some 1s in there. The thing about Mojo is you're basically playing 1 or more cards out on your turn into a singular discard pile, if you will. You also start out with 1 card just so the game begins. If you play a card that is lower than the face-up card in the discard pile, your turn is over. If I play anything 10 and lower, that's it. That's my turn. If I play something higher than this, if I play a 12, then I have to draw a card, and then my turn is over. If I play exactly 11, if I play an 11 on this, I get to go again and discard another card, adhering to the same rules. So if I play another 11, I could keep doing that. I can get rid of cards by playing multiples of them. And what happens is once someone has 3 or fewer cards after they put their card onto the discard, after their turn is over, they would take those cards and put them down on the table. And that becomes sort of a timer for the round to end. Everybody else would go when it comes back to whomever that is. And that can be more than one person. So if it happened to me, I would start a timer. And then if it happened to this player over here, they would start one too. What that means is when it becomes my turn again, I don't have any cards in my hand. I just flip over and reveal one of my 3 or fewer cards. Everybody can see it, which essentially is just showing the cards that I have. It's also just a timer because once I reveal everything, the game ends. So the round ends, excuse me. So the round ends when somebody's revealed all their cards. So if the player over here only had 1 card left over, they would put that face down. They would go around. And if they reveal that 1 card they had left over at the end of their turn, the round's over because they only had 1 card. So just because you get 3 or fewer cards after someone doesn't necessarily mean they're going to end the round. You could end the round because you might have 1 card, whereas they have 2 or 3. No more than 3. I'll show you how it works. What makes it interesting, everybody gets 8 cards, by the way. It's trying to have the lowest score. So you'd like to ideally get rid of all your cards and then your score is 0, unless you ended up just having a 0. But if you end up at the end of a round and you haven't gotten rid of everything, let's say I had 3 10s at the end of a round. That seems terrible. It seems like, oh man, that's 30 points. You only count the highest of each color. So this is essentially 10 points. So I'm a 5th of the way towards triggering the end of the game, but it wouldn't be 30 because so even if these were 8 and 9, I would still just count, it would still just be 10. You would just count the highest of whatever color you have, or colors. So if I had, if I had this, it wouldn't be 41, it would be 21. Make sense? I hope so. So at the end of a round, when you have a discard pile that's pretty sizable, you don't reshuffle it then. You just put it to the side and just deal out 8 more cards in the deck. You only reshuffle them back in once the deck runs out. All right, so let's see. What would I do here? There's 11. I really don't want another card. So if I just play this 5, my turn ends because 5 is less. Player over here, okay. Well, see, they have a 5. So they put a 5 there. They're going to go again. So they put a 5 there, and let's say then they put a 4. So the 4 is less, their turn ends. But they did get rid of some cards. So the trick is, like, if you race to get rid of your cards too fast and you end up having, and you end up with 3 cards in your hand in your turn, and, those are negative points unless you have, like, all zeros or whatever. Which you could. Sometimes if you race to get rid of everything first, you could end up holding more value than other people who took more time to get rid of cards or more strategic. So it's like you have to find the balance of like, do I get rid of everything really quickly? That's good if you can guarantee you'll have like 0 value, but you might not, if that makes sense. All right, player over here. Oof, okay, we got a lot of stuff that's less. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, they could just play a 3. Their turn's over. Back over here. Oh boy. I want to hang on to that 0. I'm gonna play this 8, which isn't really all that smart. Actually, instead of doing that, I should get rid of this 12 because who wants to hold on to a 12 by the end of the game? So I'll get rid of that 12. I play something higher, which means I have to draw a card, which can be bad. But the thing is, if I get the opportunity to play these 8s, I can play all 3 of these 8s on a turn, assuming there's an 8 that's, you know, there. But we shall see. So we have 12 here. I'll get rid of this 10. So that's their turn. Okay, so based on what's here, I'll get rid of that 7. That's the highest thing I have. It just seems to make sense. Oh boy. I don't want any more cards, so I'm going to get rid of a 5. Just lower, your turn ends. Okay. So we have a 5 here. Oops. Doing too much. Oh, this should also, oops, this should be like this. So it is going this way. Boy. I kind of want to hang on to those. Okay, well, it's just a 1, so I'll put a 1 on there. So I'll play something lower. Okay, so this player can play a 1, which will let them get rid of something else because they played the same number. So they play a 6. Not good. So they're gonna have to get rid of this 10 and play something higher. That means they have to. What is with these 8s? These crazy 8s. What is going on here? All right, we got a 10 here, so they're gonna get rid of this 8. All right, now they have 3 cards, which means they're going to put their cards face down. So that's sort of a timer. So basically 3 more turns and it's gonna end. So you can kind of see, you know, how much time you have. Don't have much. I'm gonna play a 2, it's lower, so that's that. Oof. I don't want any more cards, but I don't really have that much of an option, so I really gotta get rid of these 8s. I really gotta get rid of these 8s. Oh boy. This is where I falter because having a 0 means nothing. It's 0, so it won't hurt me. But if I get rid of this 9, I have to draw another card, and I already have way too much. Well, I mean, it's not that much because these 4 8s are really just 8. So right now I'm exposed for 17 points, but I'd like to be exposed for less. So if I'm gonna go over and get rid of something, I probably get rid of the 9. So then I'm only exposed for 8 because all of the 4 8s will just become 8. So I guess I should do that, which makes me draw another card. And of course, draw another. This is why I always lose at this game because I don't do the right thing. They just step over anything, doesn't matter. They just reveal something. It's 7, doesn't matter. It goes back over. Oh, I forgot. This player also should have done that too. They had 3 cards, so they're gonna reveal. All right, back to here. I didn't get a chance to play these 8s, but I can play the 6, which means my turn ends. All right, so that's that turn. This is gonna trigger the end of the round. This player flipping over the last card. They don't do anything. All right, now everybody reveal everything they have, and what's in your hand will be revealed. And the first player to reveal or play out their cards on a turn will get the Mojo card. What the Mojo card means is if any player has a score lower than the player who got the Mojo card, they get 10 additional points. And they get 10 additional points, that means this flips over to the side too. So, all All right, the 7s are going to stack on top of each other. So this player just has 7. All these are going to stack on each other. So this player just has 3. And all these 8 stack. So this player has 8. So we have 8, 7, and 3. What that means is a player did have a lower score than the player who got the Mojo card. So this player's going to get an additional 10 points. So even though they went out first, it turned out kind of worse for them. So they got 10 points. I got 8. This also changes the turn order. So now it's going to go counterclockwise. This player got 3. And you would jot that down. Upside down. Jot that down on here on the scoring pad or wherever else you want to do it. And then you would just get rid of all these cards. They would all go to the side. And then you would deal out 8 more cards, everybody else. And then just start from right there. And it will continue that way until somebody hits that 50-point threshold, in which once that happens, or it's the lowest score, wins the game. So that was Mojo. I'll just say this. This is now one of my throw in the backpack, go-to quick card games to teach. I like this game. It's perfect for, like, you can explain it really quickly. I will admit that I was getting the Mojo card thing kind of mixed up in my first couple of plays because I kept wondering, well, can you flip it back over to the other side? But I think just the direction of the game is just changed. Once someone, goes out first, someone else has a lower score. The person who went out first, who didn't have the lowest score, gets the Mojo card, gets 10 more points that they don't want. And you flip the card over, and the game is now going counterclockwise. I don't recall the rules saying anything about it flipping back over. I mean, the 10-point penalty is just there, regardless. But just the direction of the game just changes, and it is forever changed. I think I was expecting it to like some kind of a condition for it to flip back, but I was probably just overthinking it. But I don't know. It's a very simple game to teach. It's fun. You're just laying down cards. If it's higher, you take an extra card. If it's lower, your turn's done. If it's the same, play again. That's it. It's fun. It's quick. Yeah, Mojo. I dig. I recommend. Very fun game. That's it. Thanks for watching. Take care. Stay safe. And be blessed.